We're going to start, as always, with some breathing to slow our breath down, to get us kind of present. Try and bring a bit of balance into our life. The crazy morning, little bit of calm in the middle, and then whatever your afternoon is going to hold. So we're going to draw our chest up and drop our shoulders to try and allow our rib cage to fully expand, allow your belly to release. Hands can be either resting on your knees, and then just draw the crown of your head up, close your eyes if you can, and just draw that attention and focus onto your breath to start with. So not forcing anything. It's the time to kind of note whether you are breathing just in the top part or whether you are really allowing your rib cage to fully expand the whole way down. And it is natural, we do all breathe quite up the top of our chest, but if you can try and allow it to expand the whole rib cage, to fully expand the lungs. Just take note whether you are breathing through your mouth as well. So if you can, try and close your mouth and just use that nasal breath, because that does slow everything down as well. And then we're just going to try for 4 seconds. Now you might have been practicing with me for a little while, so you might feel that you can do a 6-second inhale or exhale, and you can practice that. We're trying to balance, so you want your even breath in and out. So allow your air to fully expel from your lungs, and then take a nice inhale in. This is the 4 seconds, and exhale out for 4 seconds. Inhaling in. And exhaling out. If it adds discomfort by not having your mouth open, then just slowly, naturally build up into the next gear. Inhaling in and exhaling out. Being aware if you want to increase it or decrease it. This is all about bringing our attention and our focus onto one thing, our breath. To be fully present and grounded. Focusing on that breath. Just note whether you're holding any tension in your jaw or your shoulders. Hopefully you've kind of relaxed a little bit deeper into your seat. Close our eyes so that we don't allow any outside distraction. So you just go within for a few moments. And then just find your own natural breath, not forcing, still noting that attention. You might find that your mind wanders once you've lost that distraction of the sound. You're going to slowly lower yourself down so that you're laying down. Knees are still bent, feet are flat on the mat. Keeping your eyes closed just for a moment. Hugging your knees into your chest, gently circling them in one direction and then the other. So allowing the small of your back to have a little bit of a massage. And then you're going to hug your right knee in, let your left leg go long. So you're pulling that knee into your chest. little bit. And then left knee in, right leg to go straight. If that's any pressure on your smaller back, just bend that right knee. As you hug that left knee in, wake that foot up, circle it, flex and point, wriggle your toes, and then bring that right knee in again. Both feet flat. You're going to bring your right ankle onto your left thigh. Now you can stay here, or you can pull that left thigh into your chest, or you hug around that knee, similar to what we've just done, and you'll feel that stretch all around the pelvis area, your glutes, hips. So mindful that you're not yanking it into a position, just kind of allow that release. Let go of any tension. Just enjoy that little bit of stillness and focus on yourself. Release that hold, right foot flat, left ankle onto right thigh. So you're staying there, or you're hugging behind that thigh, or on top of that knee as you pull it into your chest. Slowly releasing that left side. Still having that focus on your breath if you find that your mind is wandering around all over the place. Rushing forward, rushing back. You just bring that attention onto that inhale. Might take a few goes. And then release that hold. You're going to come up to seated. You can rock and roll your way up as many times. You're going to bring the soles of your feet together. So it's coming into a cobbler's or butterfly position. Your knees can just be heavy. Now if you're finding any discomfort, find a position. So either bringing your heels in towards your body or further away. And you're going to lift your chest up out of your sit bones and then fold forward. So you can either hold onto your toes as you allow your back to curve, draw that chin to your chest, or your other option is to slide your hands on the outside of your calves, feeding your feet through and almost using that hold as a bit of leverage to pull that weight over. Again, it's focusing on our hips, our glutes, but we're allowing that roundness of our back, curling in, slowing everything down. One more nice long inhale here, and exhale out. Releasing wherever you've got your hands, coming into a tabletop position. So your shoulders are over your wrists, hips are over your knees. And then you're just going to dip your hips down to the right, skim your heels and lift them up to the left. So you're just circling your hips, moving them, change direction. And if you find that your movement's quite quick, just take a note of your breath. So if we're breathing really quickly, everything else becomes quicker. So as we slow our breath down, it hopefully will slow our movements down, slow our thoughts down, change in direction again if you haven't already. And then coming back to that tabletop position with that nice flat back, coming into cat-cow. So you're going to pull your chest through, take an inhale, that stretch your belly, and then as you exhale, you're going to arch your back, push into your shoulder blades again, drawing that chin to your chest. Pulling that chest through, inhale, tilting that pelvis if you can, and then exhale, pushing into your shoulders, arching your back. One more. Nice and slowly. And then come back to that tabletop position. Bring your hands a hand space forward. Flip your toes, come into downward dog. Your option, you can always just drop your knees if you're not a fan of downward dog, but give it a go. Find that comfort in that discomfort. Here, you're going to pad one heel down, then the other. Now, I used to hate downward dog. I don't think I was doing it properly. I allowed my head to take over. And actually, it's a super nice stretch. Imagine you're trying to draw your tummy to the tops of your thighs. And you want to bring that right foot through so it's in between your hands. So you can sweep that right leg up and then tuck that knee into your chest and pull it through. Or you can just help it. Drop that back knee. Keeping your hands on the mat, lift your chest. Slow that breath down. As you exhale, walk backwards, straighten that right leg. Stretching out your hamstrings, so push your bottom away, pull your chest through, like you're doing that cat-cow. Just holding it there, pulling that chest through. Bringing that weight forward, hands either side of that foot, coming back to plank. So you can always drop your knees here. Slowly lower that chest and that chin down. You're going to sweep up for that upward dog. Take a nice inhale, careful of your lower back. Flip your toes, downward dog. Again, if this is not fit for your body, you can just drop your knees. Bringing that left foot through so you can sweep it up and then bring that left foot through in between your hands, dropping that right knee. Keeping your hands either side of your foot as you lift that chest, pushing your hips forward. Feeling that in your hips. Slowly walking your hands back as you straighten that left leg, push your bottom away and pull your chest through. Not holding your breath, trying to just sink into that stretch. And then bringing your weight forward, framing your foot with your hand. You're going to bring your right foot through to meet left foot. Staying in this forward fold, knees nice and soft. Interlace your hands behind your back and imagine you're trying to draw them up and over your head. Bending your knees as much as you need to. Allow your head to hang heavy. And then slowly bringing your hands back to your feet. You're going to bring your right hand in front of your right foot and bend that knee. Straightening your left leg, you're going to reach your left arm up to the sky. And you're opening your chest, feeling that all in that left side. Slowly bring that left hand down, bend that left knee, straighten that right leg. Reach your right arm up to the sky, opening up that chest. Allowing that stretch to release. Right hand down, both knees bent as you slowly curl yourself up. Inhale, reach those arms up overhead. Exhale, you're going to fold all the way forward. Inhale, come to flat back, so your hands are just underneath your knees, so you pull that chest through. Exhale, fold forward. Taking your right leg back behind you, not dropping that knee, and then reaching both arms up overhead as you sink those hips down. Your hips are forward and your feet are forward. Take an inhale as you exhale, draw those elbows back, lift that heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, elbows back. Your legs are strong, you're balancing. One more, inhale as you reach. Exhale, elbows back. Arms released by your side. You're going to drop your heel, come to a warrior two position. So your toes, right toes are on the long edge of that mat. Left knee bent. Arms out by your side. Not allowing that knee to go over your toes. Then you're going to straighten that left leg, point your toes towards the long edge of the mat and fold forward. Here, if that stance is too much on your hips, you can walk your feet in, you can walk them away, you can bend your knees to support you on the earth. And then we're going to drop that left hand, reach that right arm up. Opening it up to the sky. And then slowly right hand down. Left arm up. So you open up that chest. Feeling it along the inside of that right leg. You might be feeling it somewhere different. And then slowly bring that hand back down to the earth. Lift yourself up. Walk those feet in if you need to. Point that left toes towards the top end of your mat. And then you're going to frame that foot with your hands. Pivot that back foot. Bring that right foot through to the left foot. Curling all the way up. Arms overhead as you inhale. Connect your palms. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, come into flat back, so hands underneath your knees. You pull your chest through, flatten that back. Exhale, fold forward. Taking that left leg back behind you this time. So find that stability first before you lift yourself up. Your hips are forward, your feet are forward. If this is really unbalancing, just find a wall or something to touch. Sweep those arms up as you inhale. Exhale, elbows back. Lift that heart. Inhale, scoop those arms up. Exhale, elbows back. Lift that chest. One more. Inhale, reach. And as you reach, you're pushing your hips down. And then those elbows are back. Drop in that left heel, come into your warrior two. Arms out by the side, check your stance. So that heel of that right foot towards the arch of that left foot. So that's your foot placement. And then straightening that right leg, toes towards the long edge of the mat. And then you're coming forward again. Bringing a bend in your knees if you need to. This time you're going to find your ankles, or your big toe, and then you're going to pull your chest through in between your legs. Remember, you can move your stance as much as you need to, but as you draw that weight through your legs, you'll feel that stretch down your hamstrings, focusing on that breath, and then releasing that hold. Bringing yourself up, pointing those right toes towards the top edge of the mat, hands to frame that foot as you pivot that back foot. We're going to go back to plank, dropping your knees if you need to, lowering that chest and that chin, sweep up for that upward dog, and then this time we're going to do hips over heels into child's pose. You can widen your knees here or keep your knees under your tummy as you walk your hands forward. Sink that chest down. See what your breath's doing. And then walk your hands over to the left side of your mat. Your right hand's going to come on top of your left. Keeping your bottom over your heels. Don't allow it to lift. If it starts to lift, just walk your hands back to the centre. But hopefully you can feel that down that right side of that body. And then walk your hands over to the right, bringing your left hand on top of your right. Again, conscious that you're not coming out of that child's pose. As you try and bring your hips down to your heels, allowing that left side to open up and release. And And then slowly walk your hands back to centre. Lifting your hips up, knees underneath your hips if you're in a wide leg child's pose. And then you're going to flip your toes. And you're going to push yourself back and open your knees. So you're coming into a yogi squat. Might be that you're not that low, it might be that you're here. Your feet are slightly wider, your heels might be lifted. Just really nice for the lower back. Bringing your triceps to the inside of your knees, connect your palms, lift your chest. Allowing that release. Again, it might be that you're here and you're not quite as low. It might be that your heels are lifted. If you can, try and drop that right hand, reach that left arm up to open up that chest. And then bringing that left tricep to that left knee, dropping that hand, reaching that right arm up. And then slowly bringing that hand down, walk those hands forward, come back to that tabletop. Again, that hips over knees. Circle your right knee out to the side, opening up that hip. Change direction. Allowing it to move out. Let me move our legs out sideways enough. Taking that foot all the way up. And you're going to see if you can lift that left hand. You can release it forward. See if you can reach around and grab that foot. If you can't, don't worry. Just reach your arm back. Draw that heel into your bottom. If you've got a hold of that foot, push into that hand. And it will open up your chest. And then slowly release knee and hand down. Left knee circle. Open up our hips. I think we're so sort of linear. Change direction. Our legs just go forward and back, don't they? Forget to kind of like take our legs out to the side. And then take that foot all the way up. Footprint on the ceiling. See if you can lift that right hand. It might just be that you're hovering it off. Not quite ready to balance, or you can reach that right arm around to see if you can hold that foot, or just even test that balance by reaching that arm back. Push into that hand if you have got a hold of it, and then gently release. Drop that knee, walk your hands forward, sink your chest down, come into that puppy pose. So you're thinking about melting that chest down to the earth, relaxing that head if you can. It might not be that you're all the way down yet, you might be quite tight around your shoulders. And then slowly walk those hands up, come onto your bottom. You're going to straighten your right leg, bring that left foot over the top, so that foot is flat. Now here, sometimes you can bring that right heel into that left side, but you might be more comfortable with that leg straight because you need your bottom on the floor for this stretch. And you're just going to hug with that right arm, left hand behind you as you twist that torso round. Need to bring my heel in, because then I'll feel that stretch more. So you're lifting your chest, you're not using your neck to crank your torso round, you are moving your torso round. Keeping your bottom on the mat the whole time. If it's really lifted, that's when you need to straighten that bottom leg. Come round for a counter twist, so hug that knee in, right hand behind, twist that chest round. Back to centre, swapping those legs over. So either that left leg is straight, right foot over the top, foot flat, and you're hugging that left arm around that right knee. Or you're going to bring that left heel towards that right hip. Keeping that bottom down the whole time. As you hug that knee in, that right hand is behind you. As you gently twist your torso round. Again, if you're really lifted and that foot is bent, lower that foot down and straighten that bottom leg. I think I could sit in this pose all day, I love it. And then come round for a counter twist, left hand behind you, hugging that knee in as you twist that torso round. Your other option is to always bring that tricep to that knee to help lever you round. Come back to centre, release your legs, bring yourself back, hug your knees into your chest. Circling your knees again so that the small of your back is having a little bit of contact with the mat. Hug your knees in nice and tight and then find yourself in your Shavasana. So relax your legs. Gently rock your head from side to side to allow it to finally rest in the centre. Closing your eyes. And gently noticing your breath. And you're going to start to bring attention to your face. Relax your jaw. Allow your tongue to drop to the bottom of your mouth, and that will help relax your jaw. Allow the heaviness to sink into your shoulders. Note the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. Allow your legs to become heavy and relaxed. Allow your feet to drop. Just note the stillness in your body and try to encourage your mind to follow. So we can do all of this stuff to relax our body, and then our mind likes to do its own thing. So you can practice by noting your breath, noting the points of contact that your body has with the floor, and repeating that as many times as you need to bring that stillness into your mind as well as your body. Staying here for as long as you need to. We'll slowly bring in attention to your fingers and your toes. Rotating your wrists and your ankles in one direction and then the other. And then allowing your body to stretch. So bring your arms up over your head, past your ears. Push your hands away, push your feet away. And then if you can, scoop your knees back into your chest. Slow movement, rocking side to side. And then allow your body to drop to one side. And slowly, with thought and purpose, bring yourself to seated. However is comfortable for you. Still try and keep those eyes closed. Remain in that moment. Drop your shoulders. I don't know how many times a day I notice that my shoulders are up past my ears. As I do things without thought. Reach those arms up over your head. Connect those palms to seal that energy in. And then slowly draw your hands to heart center. May you feel safe and loved, at peace and ease. thumbs up to your third eye, acknowledging what you've done. Surrender yourself forward. Namaste. Thank you for joining me.